What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trent, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. We got a couple people on the show. We got here my man, Mark. What's up, little man? You got something to say? You want to be on the camera? Drooling so terribly. Yep. We got Xavier.
What's going on with y'all boys, man? It's Xavier. Happy to be here, man. First time on a podcast, so I'm excited for the experience and to rap with y'all today.
And we got here Darryl as well.
I'm doing great, man.
Excellent. All right, well, look, I'm glad y'all boys are on the show. These are some good brothers here, ladies and gentlemen. So we will talk about a lot. It's called Get a Bucket. So
Get a bucket.
We do basketball out here, but we also throw that peel, that little pigskin out there. So we'll talk about a few things. But yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, today is bad. Let's go ahead and get started with the rest of the show, shall we?
One quick motivational quote that always stuck with me, man, was something that my parents actually wrote to me in my senior yearbook. I don't know who exactly said it, but it said, "Life's battles don't always go to the strongest or the fastest. Oftentimes, the winner is the man that believes in himself. Always be that man." And I don't know why, but it always it even gets me a little choked up just thinking about it, because throughout life I always carry that with me. Wherever I had any type of adversity, whether it be when I went away to play football, I know it wasn't the fastest or the strongest, but if I just believed in myself, that got me through it. And then I started taking that with me in school, passing tests, graduating, eventually landing a great job. I knew I wasn't always the smartest, but I knew if I just believed in myself the most, that got me through so much throughout life. So that quote always just stuck with me. I'll probably keep with me the rest of my life,
All right, Mark. And how about yourself then for your motivational post?
Man, my motivational quote always is one from Julius Caesar. It says, "The die has been cast." And what that means is it's already happening, so there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is go forward. All you can do is play with the situation that you have, and you can apply that quote into anything, bro. Like sports. Hey, what's already on the board is already happened, so how are we going to deal with it? In life, how am I going to adapt to this? Or am I going to accept this? And if I am at a point of acceptance, then I'm at peace. That's how I govern my life, bro. It's already happened. What can I do about it?
I like that one. No, that was good, bro. I appreciate that greatly. I'm pretty sure someone out there needs that. You got to accept stuff. And how are you going to adapt to that? So I greatly appreciate that, man. I greatly appreciate that one. All right, everybody. So like I said, it's the next segment. Talk to me, champ. We got Mix and Match Mondays. I don't know. I don't want to say Mix and Match Mondays only because, what if I'm late on the video? All right, cool. Accountability. I understand. Kobe, I understand. Mix and Match Mondays, ladies and gentlemen. So what we got here, I'm going to throw a picture up for the screen, and the gentleman will try to guess the order. So with that being said,
make it hard.
Hey, I got you, Xavier. So, with that being said, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to show you guys an example of Mix and Match Mondays. As you see on the screen here, we have a couple people: Donovan Mitchell, Ja Morant, Trae Young, and CJ McCollum. Those are the colleges they went to. I'm sorry. Can you say what schools they went to?
All right, so we got McCollum, Lehigh, Ja Morant, Murray State, Donovan Mitchell, Louisville, Trae, Oklahoma.
Are you positive? I might let you go one more. One more.
I'm positive.
All right, cool. That works. All right, so let's try this one. Then. Let's see how this one goes. As y'all can see, we got my man JJ. Vince Carter, shout out to him. Timmy, Tim Duncan, of course, Chris Bosh.
A lot of ACC.
I mean, who you got?
So we got JJ at Duke, we got Vince at UNC, we got Chris Bosh at Tech, and Tim Duncan at Wake Forest.
Hoping the ending part will throw you off a little bit. It's cool though. It's cool. That's fine. That's fine. I respect it. Okay. Let's see if you got this one. All right. So we got my man Shaq the Diesel. We got Sir Charles Barkley. We got my boy Matt Barnes out there, Team Light Skin. And we got my man Kenny the Jet Smith.
The Jet.
Right.
So Kenny Smith, we got a UNC, Matt Barnes, UCLA, Charles Barkley, Auburn, and Shaq Diesel, LSU.
All right, that's respectable. Okay. All right, let's see how you go with this one. Now, again, it's called Get a Bucket, but we play a little football out here, too. So, you got my man Cam, the GOAT, Newton, a.k.a. Superman. And then you got Tom Brady, the GOAT, the real GOAT. And then you got Aaron Rodgers, the talent GOAT. And you got Matt Ryan, the choke GOAT. So, right? Talk to me. I'm being disrespectful today, but it's okay. I respect Matt Ryan, though. There's just a little rivalry going on. It's cool. Who you got for these? And again, it's for the colleges as well.
All right, so we've got Aaron Rodgers at Cal, Matty Ice at Boston College, Tom Brady at Michigan, and the GOAT Cam Newton at Auburn.
All right, bet. Respectable. All right, so we got here my man AB Antonio Brown. Of course, y'all know Julio Jones, DK Metcalf. Who that right there? That's AJ Green. Who y'all got?
All right, so we got Antonio Brown, Central Michigan, DK Metcalf, Ole Miss, Julio Jones, Alabama, and AJ Green, UGA.
All right, yep, that's correct. Good stuff there. So, y'all heard the questions, and we're going to go on to the next segment, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hop right back into the basketball segment, though, because, again, it's called Get a Bucket. So,
Get a Bucket.
All right, the basketball segment. All right, everybody. So I told y'all Daryl's going to be back. I told y'all. So, Darryl, serious question, very serious question. Why don't you like the WNBA? Let me not say like. Why don't you watch the WNBA that much? Like, what's the reason? I've heard missed layups. So I understand. Like, what's your take?
It's weird, man. It's like I actually don't mind watching women's basketball. I just rather watch college women's basketball, if that makes sense. So
interesting.
I just feel like it's just a little bit more competitive for me. I don't know.
Interesting. I haven't heard that before. So you like the college version better than the WNBA?
Yeah, and during that time when UConn was just crushing it, people would tune in just to see would they keep winning. Or would someone finally knock them off? And that made a compelling watch. And I feel like that got a lot of people watching that wouldn't necessarily tune in to watch women's basketball.
But I think I like the WNBA one more just because of the overall storyline. I also pay more attention to it. Also, it's less games to watch. I'm just
Yeah, it's true.
But it's less to follow. But it for me, it's just the overall storyline. Like, I know what they were like in college, and then they come to the pros, and you see them kind of grow up and mature. So, okay. Now, do you have a WNBA team and a college team actually,
Yeah. First question: WNBA team, definitely the Mystics. Local team, right? Easier to follow and closer, and especially after they won the championship 2 years ago. So, kind of made it an easy team to cheer for because they were winning a lot. But, so I would say the Mystics.
Now, because I want to get more people to watch the WNBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you watch college women basketball. But can we get you to watch the WNBA just a little bit more? Like, can I have you make a pledge right here, right now, to watch just one WNBA game a month when the season starts? Can you do that for me?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do one. That's easy.
All right, bet. That works then. Yeah. That works. Y'all heard it here first. And Darryl will be tuning in to probably the Mystics because, they are locals.
Yeah, local, they're always in the mix. It's fun. It's fun when we have a team that's, active.
Definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So again, we bringing up the football segment. It's called Get a Bucket. Remember, but we throw that football too. So with that being said, we got Mark over here on the screen as y'all see. Mark, I got a question for you, boss. I'm gonna just keep it straight. Patrick Mahomes, is he overrated?
Now, see, this is the thing. Patty Mahomes isn't overrated, but the offense is stale. That is the issue. At this point, Andy Reid's been running the same offense for like 3 years now? At some point, even the slowest person is going to pick up that, hey, okay, we're going to do a lot of play action. Andy Reid, I need you to step away from the buffet and get into the playbook. Change the playbook. We all know what's happening. We all know what's coming. Even when they were getting shellacked, they still did the same thing. Even though you got Darrell Williams right there, you was getting yards with the run. Why not use the run? I don't understand. Then on top of that, I get it. You know, when you're starting to draft later and later, you don't get the best picks. But you know that last year, protection of Patrick Mahomes was an issue. Why wasn't that exhibited in the draft choices? Or your free agency period?
I was going to say, you can go for free agency too.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think Patrick Mahomes is overrated, but I think the offense is in antiquity. Meaning we need to throw that out. We need to move on and then evaluate him. Now, if he shits the bed after you do a little revamp of all, then it's really time for this conversation. That's what I think.
You know, he just got the mantle as like the face of the NFL last season, I believe. But he can lose it. So, I mean, the Chiefs got to make a few adjustments, especially on the defensive side.
A few.
It's not all
they
Pat
got
Mahomes'
more than
fault.
a few to make, bro. Like, they got more than that. Defense is putrid.
I mean, we're not. Let's not go too deep now, because that if you wanted to like just kind of go ham on the Chiefs, that itself could be a legit episode after the way they've been playing this season. But I'll
hold my comments.
Yeah. But there's another team though. There's another team that's kind of they look a little bit shaky now. They're looking a bit shaky now. The Titans, because they without their boy Derrick Henry. But they did go up and pick up Adrian Peterson, and Adrian Peterson, we all know, has been one of the former great running backs of the NFL. And his career, I don't know. Do you think his career is in jeopardy now with this injury that he has? It's a foot injury. You know, he's a running back, big guy. He relies a lot on the pounding. Are you going to start worrying about Derrick Henry going forward?
I would say yes and no. Yes, on the grounds that, as we've seen time and time again, the bigger the backs, those foot injuries, they take longer to come back from. And I think Derrick Henry, I think he's like 240, 245?
Something like that.
6'3" on top of that. Usually when you got running backs who want a lower center of gravity, and this man is pulling it off at like 6'2", 6'3". Mm-hmm. So, you know, that you don't want it to go the Brandon Jacobs route. You know, everybody... Now, Brandon Jacobs never had the speed of Henry, but what I'm saying is that those foot and lower leg injuries, they tend to stack up, especially in that position. Right. But I want the best for Henry, and I'm hoping the best for him. But I think we'll use, if the coach is smart, he would make sure he sits out the season unless they get into the playoffs. Just because you want to evaluate that. You rush him back too quick, then all of a sudden, now you have more lower leg injuries, like like a pulled calf, even though it's started off with his foot. Those lower leg injuries are tough for even offensive linemen and defensive linemen to come back from, and they're heavier. So he, being that he's a running back, but I wouldn't say his career is in jeopardy just yet, because he has that raw blend of power and speed. So if your speed starts to lack a little bit, then you just become a power back. Then you still have a niche in this league. Right.
Yeah. Now, the Titans, like I said, they relied a lot on Henry. He's out for the season. Right. is it too late for Adrian to make a comeback now? Like, can he help this Titans team potentially win that championship? They were looking like they might get it because they got Julio Jones still, even though he's like questionable from time to time with injuries. But like, is Adrian Peterson going to have a solid comeback for you?
I would say, I mean, anytime he could come back from that damaging ACL injury and come back like that, I mean, I know he's older now, but it all depends on the way that they use him. That's my opinion, you know what I mean? If they use him kind of as a, battering ram type of back, change of pace here and there, like Henry, he will wear on defenses later on as the game progresses. He has a niche there, But if they're expecting him to do some of the things that, the modern offenses do, like, hey, still I want you to catch the ball, be the scat back, do this, do that, I don't think that's him at this stage in his life and career. I think this man's like, 38?
He's up there. I don't know exactly. He's up there.
Yeah,
not 40 yet, I don't
catch
think.
screens, take him to the house and stuff like that. So it all depends on his usage, but he does still have a role in the NFL.
Okay. Well, speaking of roles in the NFL, we have a little situation. I spoke about this already on the show, but I had to bring it back up again just because we do have a little bit of an SME with the subject. So I'm gonna leave that to you though. But we got my man Ruggs out there for the Raiders, and the Raiders they're having such a terrible season right now, bro. And it's not even on the field. That's what's crazy. Do you think my man is going to be able to make a comeback in the league? Because this is a little bit different than like other cases that you've had. I mean, you have had players like Ray Lewis, have some situations and then come back. But we've seen situations like a Ray Caruth where, it doesn't really work out too well. So, I mean, what's your thoughts?
Okay, first off, Ray Caruth is a different situation just on the grounds that, like, bro, like, you didn't even have to, like, yes, whereas Ruggs didn't have to drive drunk, you plotting to kill, like that. They're a little bit different there, even though anybody that's, thinking, with the sound mind would say, hey, you can afford 10,000 Ubers. Why not take the 10,000 Ubers? Mm-hmm. Hell, you could have called me from here, and I would have drove all the way there. And I got a fucking Hemi. So yes, so that's wrong. And I even tell myself, having a DUI before is like, man, like it's a wake up call. And so it's like a lot of these things. I heard that it was at Top Golf. So on one hand, I don't want to heap on them, but nigga, how you get that drunk playing golf? You're supposed to, hit the links and take it easy.
Golf, you having some fun, my guy. Like you throwing some beers back. It can happen, and they got like alcohol there too. It can happen, but
I know I've been at Top Golf
happen.
before.
You not being responsible to call an Uber, I can't rock with. Yeah.
And what I'm saying though, I'm just saying like this. When I thought about it, I'm like, all right, so most black guys, from the hood, maybe. Like, Top Golf is not the place where I'm about to just get super smacked. Like, okay, I hit the links, I tried it, all right, man, move on. You know what I mean? Like, were you having that? What were you doing? First, I just want to know, was it your birthday party or what got you to that point? But neither here nor there. When you have that amount of money, man, it should have just clicked in your head. It's 2021. Back in the days, when Uber was first in its infancy or something like that, yes, you still should have called a cab. But people with no money, you're like, man, like, I'd rather just try it than, you know what I mean, risk paying $70 for the cab. You could afford 30 cabs, 70 cabs. Yeah. So why didn't you just do that? I mean, hell, you could have even just said, look, talk to the owner, you Henry Ruggs. Hey, I'm going to leave my car in this parking lot. I'll pick it up in the morning. Again, I heard he also wasn't by himself. And so,
he was with
he's
his girl.
A grown-ass man, so he should have, been more, forthright in what he got going on. But still, I mean, the people that you surround yourself with should have, chimed in. But long story short, I think this case is a little bit different because somebody's dead. Like, You know what I mean? Like somebody's dead, and then this, 2021, people, chiming for more accountability from people. They gonna put them to the cross for a little bit. But if a team's willing to accept the past baggage, of course. I mean, Henry Ruggs is a talent. And I think he'll be even more hungry to redeem himself, as we've seen time and time again with other players that had legal issues. You know what I mean? So there's hope for him. There's hope for him. I just, my heart goes out to him because I know when I got mine, I'm broke, so I just couldn't afford that Uber all the way from Arlington, man. That was just too rich for my blood. But thank Lord I ain't kill nobody at the same time.
Well, I'll say this: I know a lot of people have been out there driving while under the influence, like whether you're drunk or like you're a little tipsy. I mean, we've all done it. So just make sure you drive responsibly, and please feel free to call that Uber. I mean, I'd rather you pay $100 Uber and then have someone go drive you to your car.
Out the ass.
Then like a DUI is like 10 stacks. So I'm just saying, my boy, that like my guys like and gals. That's a pretty penny.
That's chalked up. They chalked that up. I think mine only cost me like $1,000 or something. I was like, man, I'm not contesting.
Either way, I'd rather save that money for something else, something else. But
right.
But that I do appreciate that, Mark. That was a good conversation. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to transition on to the next segment. So stay tuned. All right, so we got start, bench, and cut, ladies and gentlemen. But it's the NFL edition, though. I told you, it's going to get a bucket, but we be out there throwing that football, too. So with that being said, I thought I kicked the camera for a second. So with that being said, Darryl, we got here 3 young, talented quarterbacks and, minorities, so respect. We got Patrick Mahomes. We got Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. Who would you say in start, bench, cut? Start being the best, cut obviously being the worst. Who would you start, bench, and cut between those 3 being like in terms of who has the most electrifying talent?
Oh man, this is tough. Unfortunately, I'm at the bench Kyler right now. He's just not in the league just yet. He's close. He's getting there. But they've already shown it, and Kyler's still trying to get there. So I'm at the cut Kyler. It's tough right now too with Lamar and Patty Mahomes, man. Pat's been looking kind of rough this year, man. He had more turnovers than Jameis, they were crushing him, but Patrick Mahomes is the one, giving it to the other team. So I gotta bench him right now, and I'm starting Lamar. That's just the reality situation. I mean, Lamar's gonna be done with paper clips and glue right now at wide receiver and running back. So you gotta give it to him. Patrick Mahomes got way more talent around him and still looking terrible. I don't know if this is the whole TikTok thing with his brother and his wife. I don't know what's going on, but he's just not playing well right now. And I don't know what Kansas City got going on. So, yeah, I'm going to have to start Lamar over him.
Okay. That's interesting. I might have to bench. If we're talking about this year, I might have to bench Patty.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Cut Patty. Bench Kyler.
Oh wow!
And then and then start Lamar. Just be honest with you. If we're talking about career though, then I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, he hasn't proven it. Mind you, I think Kyler Murray has the potential, right, to be better than Pat Mahomes. I said it. It's out there. Boom, we hear it. Reason why, Kyler Murray is mobile. And he can throw that football too. He's actually.
I don't know, man. Patrick is pretty good too, man.
No, I feel you. But I just think on the physical side, he's quicker. And like Lamar Jackson, his quickness has been he has made my guy. You're right in front of him. You should be able to touch him, grab him, anything. And then, he does a couple of whoop, whoop, and it's like he's gone. Like, he's Batman out there. So it's like, Kyler has that too. All right, we're going to go on to the next segment, though. Appreciate you, Darryl. Appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are already talking about this, the question segment. Darryl, got a couple questions for you there, buddy. This league rivaled the NFL in 1959.
Oh, that's the AFL. American Football League. Yeah. Yep,
there you go. See, again, another one that I did not know. I probably would have said XFL. Okay. So next question. This team went to 4 straight Super Bowls and lost.
Oh yeah, those are the Bills, man. Feel bad for them.
That's from 90 to 93. Like, dog, that's rough, bro. I feel bad.
Yeah,
that's like
my dad, like how that was. Like, how was that watching? He was just like, yeah, we was like, well, here they are again. But because think about that happening today. Like we're young, so we didn't live through that, or we didn't see it. But like, picture that happening today if a team went up 4 times and lost 4 straight times. Like,
I mean, the Cavs.
The internet would explode.
The Cavs almost did that in the finals. They won it, but like it would, yeah. Like it, I think it's frustrating because you're getting there. You're getting to the championship game. So it's like I can't say blow it up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's tough, bro. Like that's wild. That's hard. That's disheartening, especially as a fan. I feel bad for the Bills fans. All right, next question. Can you name me the last 3 number 1 picks
for
football? Yeah, for football.
Okay, 2018. Or no, what year you want to start? 2019, and then go to 2021, right?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Okay. So 2019 was Kyler. Man, that was that virtual draft. Yeah, and as soon as it hits me too, I'm like, oh my god! Like,
think of the next one. Come back. Think of the next one. Come back to it.
Dog, who the hell? Trevor Lawrence and damn, who was the other one?
You want me to tell you?
Right, yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Joe Burrow.
Damn, my man too. It was weird how I was able to name Trevor, but not him. Damn,
that's why I said if you think of the last one, it'll hit you. Because I forgot about Burrow too, and I was like, I don't remember who it is. And then it's like, oh,
it was such an easy pick that I just completely forgot that he went.
Yeah. All right, let's see if you get a little. Let's see if you do better on this one. Because like I said, the Burrow one definitely tripped me up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last 3 Super Bowl winners.
Okay. You got Tampa, the Chiefs, and the Patriots.
Yep.
That was the one we should have done it. Yeah, that's fine. I remember it. I didn't want to watch it. I didn't watch it, but I know who won it. That was the whole no call.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't talk about that game in New Orleans, but yeah, that was that year.
Sorry to bring up a sore subject potentially.
Yeah. All right. We should at least been in it.
All right. Next question. Mm-hmm. Can you give me the last 3 NFL MVPs?
Okay. Last 3 was Lamar 2 years ago, Patrick Mahomes, and who won MVP last year? Man, that's how I just stopped paying attention when my team was out of it. Damn. Yeah, you got me on that one. I just remember Lamar and Patrick.
Yes. It was Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, was it? That's how much I did not give it. Or whatever.
He might win it again this year.
That must have been one of the quietest MVP wins ever. Because I legit, when I I was like, maybe. I was like, it's not Tom. But I was like, who the hell won it? Yeah, last year was weird.
He got it. He's the man. He's the man. Now to your expertise, I was asking Darryl this earlier. Who's your Super Bowl predictions right now? Right, and I know we know you're a Cowboys fan, so if you genuinely do think the Cowboys are going to be there, which there is a case for that, you can make that statement. This is not a Cowboys fan being too optimistic. I'll say that. This year is pretty solid for y'all. But I understand if you don't put them there because, you jinx it. So who's your Super Bowl contenders right now? I'm not going to jinx it. But like I said, I got my son. He came this year. So my boys, God got us. God got us. But in the midst of that, I would say it's pretty close in the NFC. This year, the NFC is a gauntlet. I mean, you got Arizona doing well. You always got to lurk and look for Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, I can see either one of them getting there. My only hesitation with Arizona is A, J.J. Watt is out. B, people are starting to figure this whole Cliff Kingsbury offense out. And, so if you look at the last game, Kyler Murray was looking not too hot. It happens in the NFL. But they do have the defense to carry them there. The AFC this year is a little bit weaker. And so you also got Tom Brady. You just can't never count that guy out. Right, you go, yeah. But on the AFC side, the AFC is a little bit weaker this year. So, I mean, I think it could be. I can see the Bills getting there too. We don't want to see another fall in Buffalo, but it's possible just because Josh Allen is a talent. They have all the pieces around him on the offense, and that defense is nice. You know what I mean? So I could see them getting there. So it could be Buffalo versus Green Bay, Cardinals, Tampa Bay. I think the Chiefs are out of it this year, though. That's one thing I will say. Yeah. I was telling Darryl, I don't know who to really pick. I think the Cardinals are going to go personally to the Super Bowl if I have to pick one team. And I would have said Green Bay, but with Rodgers, I don't know how that situation is going to be. I got to see a little bit more time, so I'm going to throw the Cardinals right there. But J.J. Watt being out too, it does kind of shake me a little bit as well. But I don't know who any of those teams will play against. I don't think the Bucs are going to win it again, personally. That sounds like room for my Cowboys, buddy. Yeah, I mean, hey, y'all do, bro, y'all have a good shot. I'm not going to lie to you. If you guys got there, I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't want to hear the Cowboys for a full year. Bro, I'm going to Texas and party if that happens. Mark, who's your best team? Because, the best team doesn't always get to the NBA. It isn't always the team that gets to the Super Bowl. So who are your best teams in the NBA, in the NFL? Top two. You said top two? Yeah. I got to go Buffalo, and then I can't go Tampa Bay Bucks because their quarterback situation is suspect. So I got to go Buffalo, and then I'm going. You said quarterback situation or cornerback? No, cornerback. DB. Their DBs are very suspect. So I got to go Buffalo, and then number two, but Cowboys. Okay. Got you. That's a solid list right there. That's a solid list. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to the next segment, so please make sure you stay tuned. All right, so we got our throwback post, ladies and gentlemen. What's that? You don't know? You can't tell by the name? We're going to be talking about something that happened back in the day. So as you can see here, we got my boy Darryl on the screen. Darryl, what's your throwback post?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Jordan 98 championship. It was one of the rare moments that I could actually watch him because back then there wasn't an NBA package that you could buy and watch. I would always catch Jordan on national games whenever I could, and obviously the playoffs. So I just remember watching that game with my family, and watching them come back on the road against Malone and Stockton, like that Jazz team was amazing at the time. And and just being a little kid, and you don't really understand everything, but you recognize greatness. And then when you see it live and just the whole room erupting when he made the shot, and him knowing that he was a champ again, like it was just I always remember that, man. Like, that's my favorite throwback moment.
All right, Mark, how about yourself, big guy, for your transformation post, bro? Like, who you got?
I gotta give it to big dog Zeke Elliott, man. He had a down year the year before. I think everybody had a down year. However, he's made a comeback. He's transformed his body. He's been doing the things that he needed to do to prove that he earned the contract and prove to himself that he's still that guy. And he's been showing it. Yes, I will say Kellen Moore, that offense takes some carries away from him. But we've seen explosions back again of the old Zeke where, the year prior to, there was a lot of questions on him. So, kudos to Zeke.
Okay. All right, hey, I gotta say, bro, like Zeke's been a good back for a while, one of the top ones. He's like dipped a little bit, but like it looks like he's having a solid year this year. I mean, from the fantasy numbers wise, like he's been comparable to Aaron Jones, who's been one of the top backs. So, I mean, Zeke's been pretty solid this year, making a solid comeback. So I concur with you on that transformation post. So we're back to basketball again. It's called Get a Bucket, as y'all all know. I'm pretty sure y'all tired of me saying that, but it's okay. I'm gonna say it some more. It's called Get a Bucket. Anyways, that's probably as much hype as I'm going to get, particularly for this segment, because we're talking about the Bucks. We're talking about the Bucks, right? Xavier, how you feel about the Bucks? Because here's my thing, right? And I'm just going to be out and say it. They got lucky last year because Kyrie got injured. I'm not saying that Giannis pulled a Zaza, but it was very fortunate his leg was there. So I said he did not, but he was very fortunate, and that allowed them to get close and barely edge out KD and the Nets without Harden and Kyrie. Now, they lost PJ Tucker. They won't win again, especially this year right now. Like, they got to replace that. How do you feel about the Bucks? Do you agree with me on that? They're not going to win. They missed out on re-signing PJ Tucker, or you think they're going to go back to back, or are they going to be fine?
They're not. They don't. I don't believe they're going to repeat. I believe they have a chance just off the muscle that their core three is still there. It's going to be a little tougher, of course, because there's no PJ. You don't have that perimeter defense or leadership on the field. I mean, on the court. But damn, I mean, there's Miami being there now is a problem for them. That Chicago team, that's a bad matchup for Milwaukee. I think. The Knicks are okay. The Hawks. I don't got the Hawks doing too much. I just think Brooklyn and Brooklyn's in Milwaukee's way. I think.
You don't think?
I mean,
you don't think
even without Kyrie, they should have beat Milwaukee though.
You don't think the Heat are in their way?
On paper, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Didn't they just beat the Bucks? Oh, okay, I'm asleep.
No, you know they beat them, but I need to see what that Victor Oladipo shit gonna look like with the Lowry and Jimmy and all them boys. Bam down there, Tyler. I need to see that.
Everything else is going to be fine that you just stated. Every player you just stated is going to be fine, with the exception of Victor Oladipo. That's the only X factor. If he's fine, it makes the Nets Heat matchup very interesting, even if Kyrie Irving comes back. But I'm just saying, we're talking about the Bucks right now. But I
don't know about that. I don't know if Kyrie come back. I don't know. It might. Let me tell you something. I really think Milwaukee may not get back to the conference final because of Miami. That's my feeling.
Yeah. Yes. Like, I have nothing Heat as the best team, and keep it a buck with you, the Nets aren't as deep as the Heat in terms of their talent. Like the Nets, are going to have to worry about PJ guarding KD. Yeah, KD going to go off, but KD going to have to work for it. Then you got James Harden, who, okay, we got Jimmy Butler for there. Boom, got you.
Whoa. PJ Tucker plays for Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Milwaukee not getting back to the top. Milwaukee not getting back to the top of the finals. No.
You got Lowry, and then because Oladipo has not been playing, but you got Oladipo, if he's healthy, Jimmy Butler, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo, and then you got Hero and Duncan Robinson coming off the bench.
They're extremely deep.
That's filthy. That is extremely deep. But another team too, another team that is also deep, just not on that contending team yet. They still got to get their stars to get to where they need to. We got Boston Celtics. You know, yep. Mark came out. He was a little bit frustrated with the Celtics stars for not passing the ball. And funny enough, I know somebody's gonna say, "Oh, they're trying to be like Kobe." All right, cool. Kobe passed the ball though. So with that being said, you don't have to career and not pass the ball, champ. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're not going to berate Kobe's passing game because the man can give you double-digit passing. Like, oh my God! Just if you really wanted it, like he showed.
He could, but
he did when he felt like it. Like he would have been the greatest point guard of all time. He said it. I'm saying it. It's on the record. But these Celtics, they're trying to, Jaylen Brown. They're trying to be like Kobe. Do you think that Marcus Smart was right? And do you also think that Marcus Smart coming out and making this statement publicly was wrong to do?
He was right.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the protocol is you say some shit like that to keep it at house. You address your teammates in the locker room. But I felt like I'm just trying to be, I guess, a psychoanalysis of Marcus Smart. I just feel like he felt like the message wouldn't have got across. It wouldn't have had the same impact had he just said it in the locker room. I think he needed to say it in the public eye so that the media got to talking about it, and brought attention to it. So now y'all gotta address the way that y'all are playing out here. Y'all not just gonna shoot me off like I'm not as good as y'all. But there, Marcus Smart, he's the most tenured Celtic. That's for number one. For number two, he does start two. He's got some credential. A couple of times first team all defense, I think. You know what I'm saying? So no. You can't tell him to hush. You know what I'm saying? He
candidate type. He got some cachet. I gotta say,
sure.
I think I was listening to one of the analysts. I can't remember who said it exactly, but they were saying he's a vet, right? And usually when you think, oh, well, when someone says, oh yeah, he's a vet, he knows better. Well, point two, he's a vet. So maybe he tried everything he could have done, and this was the only option. To me, this says Marcus Smart's at his breaking point. And if we don't see any changes, maybe Marcus Smart is somebody that you can try to acquire. Because if he's making this type of statement publicly, it's a new team, it's a new regime, new era. Marcus Smart's been there for a while. He can leave. He's earned that right. So I'm looking at that personally. Is Marcus Smart going to be on the outs? Now, they just beat the Heat pretty badly. They messed up my parlay, so thank y'all. But, I do wonder how much they're going to fall. It will be interesting for those Celtics, I got to say. I still have them, of course, a playoff team. I think I have them 5th, if I'm not mistaken. They should be able to get it together. They're extremely deep, bro. And I think people do sleep on them. I think people really do sleep on them.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think. All right. So for Udoka's sake, I want them to be okay. I just don't, because I'm rooting for him.
Facts.
I want them to be good.
All the first year African American coaches. No disrespect. It's to the others. It's just minorities. We've been kind of, maybe I should say minorities in general, but I'm black, so I gotta put some respect on them. But I hope they all do well personally. But somebody got lose. Unfortunately, that's just the name of the game. Jordan, for example, He lost quite a bit, actually. Not as a player, but, well, I mean, at the beginning stages, yeah. But as an owner, it's not the best record. But it seems as though maybe Michael Jordan's owning career is turning around a little bit, and it's the thanks of a Ball brother, one of LeVar Ball's kids, LaMelo. Him and Miles Bridges, they've been going on a tear. Like, you would think maybe it would be LaMelo and Gordon Hayward, or even Scary Terry and Gordon Hayward as their all-star candidates. Right now, it's actually LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. What's your take on it? Do you believe in LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges as a quality duo?
Yeah, I think for the first time since Michael Jordan's been the owner, he got his draft pick right. And I think that LaMelo Ball is going to be an MVP candidate someday. I think him and Miles Bridges are for real. I think they're just young and inexperienced, but experience is the best teacher. So I think they'll make the playoffs this year. Probably get thumped in the first round by Brooklyn or some shit, But I mean, they'll be fine. They'll be fine for the future. They're good for the future. Now, Scary Terry, I didn't think. Well, first of all, Gordon Hayward, no, I didn't. He's not what he used to be. He's not Utah Gordon. And Terry, he's gonna fall by the wayside because LaMelo is just better.
Yep. I mean, he could be sticking on everything. Or he can still be a starting two guard like Monte Ellis was, but eventually Monte needed to be 6'8".
You say, yeah, we all see what happened with Monte. As soon as Monte started getting on that bench, he started becoming a problem. I can't think of 8 teams better than Charlotte in the East.
Nets, Heat, Hawks, Celtics, 76ers, Knicks, Bulls. Pacers, Wizards too, potentially.
Don't do that. See, that's what I thought. The Pacers, Charlotte better than them.
When you throw out Malcolm Brogdon, who's a quality point guard, can give you 28, 20, and 10. Then you also got this kid, Dwart, who's been busting tail, putting up about 15 a game. Not to mention, you got Karis LeVert out there. We ain't even talking about TJ, who has not been playing. And then let's talk about Sabonis and Miles Turner, who's been balling. The Pacers have the actual height to go up against that. And the only way that they win is if LaMelo goes off and if Miles actually outplays Sabonis, because they're both forwards. And the likelihood that happens is not always key. So it's not always going to, I don't feel strong about that. So I can't say they're better than the Pacers. Could they beat the Pacers? Yes. And could they beat the Wizards? Yes. So with that being said, though, we talked about a good amount. Let's go ahead on into the next segment, because I know everybody's kind of excited about what might be popping off next. All right, everybody. So look, this segment here, I wanted to give a couple foreshadowings, right? Talk about the NBA and NFL. 1, let's just see what our predictions look like. And 2, well, from an editing standpoint, I'm not gonna get into all that. That's just know it factors in. Just know it factors in. All right. Now, Darryl, I know you're not the biggest NBA fan, so we're gonna have you focus on the NFL side, right? What's a big foreshadowing for you? Just give me one.
I gotta say, I think this whole, COVID, coronavirus, I think it's going to play a huge factor in the future. I think during a very important moment, someone's going to catch it, and then it's all hell's going to break loose. That's what I think is going to happen. I think it's already shown up a lot in certain teams, especially Green Bay. So I think, honestly, it's going to rear its ugly head in at probably the worst moment for somebody. I just have a feeling that's going to be my prediction, and it's going to affect the outcome of the game. I can tell, maybe even the Super Bowl, something like that. I think that's going to be a pretty. I'm gonna say just a pretty crappy ending, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Like I feel like it's already starting more often. Like really important big players, like even Saquon had a false negative, like a false positive, I should say. So it's happening, and I think it's gonna affect some team when it matters the most. Like especially into this year, I think.
Okay. So it sounds like a big letdown from sports in general. Then is going to occur from the football side because of COVID. Okay, I got you then. So maybe this year's championship might have a little asterisk behind it. That's what
I think someone major like something's gonna happen. Like just like with the Aaron Rodgers news, like someone you wouldn't expect to like be out with it, it's gonna catch it. I feel like it's gonna happen, unfortunately.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets.